Imagine this. You're in a children's museum. Joyful laughter, finger paints, and tiny squeals echo through the room. Suddenly, chaos erupts. Toddlers are bolting for elevators, climbing towards stone staircases, and ducking into dangerous places. All because one entitled woman, Karen, refused to shut a simple gate. If you've ever wanted to see justice served in the most satisfying way, this story is for you. Hit that like button, subscribe, and prepare for a wild ride through one mom's act of courage, chaos, and sweet karma. It was just another hot afternoon at our quaint little town's children's museum, a place I often visited with my energetic toddler. This museum wasn't massive, but it was magic. Tiny, colorful tunnels, an art zone that looked like a rainbow had exploded, and soft foam playrooms sectioned off by age. Babies, toddlers, and older kids. That day, the toddler area was packed but peaceful. The gated section was designed to be secure. Everyone knew the rule: keep the gate closed. Enter Karen, dressed in leopard print yoga pants and barking orders into her phone. Karen stormed in with 3 kids trailing behind her. She clearly had an agenda, and it wasn't child safety. Within minutes, her youngest decided he wasn't ready to leave. That's when the disaster began. Instead of calmly entering the gated toddler section to retrieve her child and shutting the gate behind her, Karen held it open. "Let's go." "Now," she barked. Her kids stood frozen, clearly not ready to stop playing. She kept the gate wide open, growing louder with every command. That's when the flood began. Little feet thundered across the padded playroom floor. One toddler made a break for the open hallway. Another darted toward the elevator. A third sprinted straight toward the stairwell, a stone staircase that spanned 2 full floors. My heart dropped. I saw my own daughter bolt from the chaos and duck into the art room, safe but messy. Then I spotted a toddler, maybe 2 or 3, sprinting right toward those stairs. A grandma nearby was rushing, but she wasn't fast enough. Without a second thought, I snatched up the little boy. His name tag read Darius, just inches before disaster. His grateful grandma scooped him up with tears in her eyes. Meanwhile, paint was flying in the art room. Yellow streaks across the walls, kids painting each other, themselves, everything but the paper. And Karen, still, holding the gate open. "Close the gate," a panicked dad shouted, juggling a toddler in full meltdown mode while his other child raced toward the chaos. Karen turned to him and snapped, "It's not my job to watch your kids. I've got 3 of my own." "Excuse me, what?" By now, I was standing near the gate, acting as a human barrier between the toddlers and the stairwell. I was sweaty, frantic, and furious. My daughter was head to toe in yellow paint, and Karen was still yelling at her own kids, at the other parents, at anyone within earshot. That's when the manager arrived. She took one look at the pandemonium and asked, "What is going on here?" 2 dads immediately pointed at Karen. She held the gate open and just stood there. One said, still catching his breath, "Kids ran everywhere. It could have been so much worse." Karen finally shut the gate after at least 6 kids had escaped. She picked up her child and turned on the waterworks. "I didn't feel safe," she whined. "That man yelled at me. I have 3 kids. I can't be expected to watch everyone else's too." Her tone flipped instantly, from loud and entitled to helpless and victimized. The manager wasn't buying it. "You endangered multiple children by ignoring the gate protocol," she said firmly. "This isn't up for discussion. You're banned from this facility effective immediately." Karen exploded. "You're banning me? For what?" "Because some lazy parents can't control their kids. This is discrimination. This is harassment." Security was called. Karen continued screaming as she and her 3 kids were escorted out of the museum. As she passed, I looked down at my yellow-covered daughter, who waved sweetly at Karen like a literal painted gremlin. I couldn't help but smirk. Justice had been served. There was no grand gesture of revenge. No sneaky plot or trap. Just truth, spoken aloud, and witnessed by enough people to end Karen's reign of tantrums. Sometimes, all it takes is a community that stands up together. What struck me the most was how easily she could have changed everything. One apology, 1 second of accountability. But she chose rage, blame, and drama, and it cost her. Actions have consequences, especially when kids' safety is involved. If this story gave you chills or reminded you of your own Karen encounter, hit that like button and drop your wildest parenting story in the comments. Subscribe for more satisfying revenge stories just like this. You won't want to miss what comes next.